you've got your core values printed on some really nice looking cards. Maybe even put them in 8x10 frames that are on your conference room wall. You've got them framed really big in the lobby. Everybody knows them by heart, but you ask your children's pastor how authentic community really connects with potty training duty, and you may get a blank stare. Your worship leader knows that you value biblical truth, but he has no idea what that means for song selection. Your admin knows generous hearts is important, but can't figure out how that applies to managing the budget. That's what we're talking about today, how to connect your church values and the alignment of your staff around those values. Because if you're not careful, people will be confused. Hi there, my name's Todd Rhoades. I'm one of the co-founders over at chemistrystaffing.com, and I'm your host. I'm so glad that you're joining us here today on the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. I was reading some research that came out recently, and it hit me. Most churches have really good values, but they stop short. They think that posting them is enough, and you've probably got them on your website, you've probably got them on your wall. But values without a connecting thread are just nice words. Your thread is the how behind the what. It's the golden wire that connects every role to your church's true identity. And here's what happens when that thread is missing. Staff start creating their own version of ministry. Children's pastor focuses on fun because they don't see the big picture. The worship pastor picks songs based on personal preference instead of how it aligns to your church's mission. Your admin becomes a gatekeeper instead of a kingdom builder. Everybody's working hard, but everybody's pulling in slightly different directions. Nobody's doing really anything wrong. They just aren't really sure how their piece of the puzzle fits into the larger entire puzzle. Now, your staff aren't being rebellious or careless most of the time. They're just missing that thread. Your thread is a simple statement that connects every role to your church's identity. It's not another value, so it's not another 8x10 that you hang on the wall. It's the bridge between the values that you already have posted and the daily work that each member does. For example, let me give you an example here. If we exist to help people take their next step toward Jesus, if that's one of your values, now your children's pastor knows that potty training is about creating safe spaces for spiritual growth. Your worship leader sees song selection as shepherding hearts toward encounter. Your admin understands that budget decisions either help or hinder somebody's spiritual journey. Same values, same mission, but now there's a thread that connects it all for the staff member. And here's a part that a lot of leaders miss. Your thread has to be memorable enough that staff can repeat it in their sleep. It needs to be specific enough that they can make real decisions with it. And it has to be true enough that they actually believe that it applies to their roles. You can test it. Hey, can your janitor explain how cleaning bathrooms connects to your ministry thread? And if not, your thread isn't strong enough just yet. Here's your bottom line for today. Values tell your staff what matters, but your ministry thread shows them how their daily work actually makes a difference, how their daily work actually makes it happen. So this week, I would love for you to write your ministry thread in one sentence. Make it simple, make it memorable, and make it specific enough that every staff member can connect their role to it. And then test it. Test it with your team and see if it actually bridges the gap between your values, your stated values, and their daily decisions in their roles. When your staff can see how their work connects to the bigger story, to the bigger mission of the entire church, everything changes. They're not just doing a job, they're weaving themselves into God's work in your community. I hope that's been helpful for you here today. This is the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. I'm Todd Rhoades. If there's any way that you'd love to connect with me, I read every one of your emails. Just pop me an email, podcast@chemistrystaffing.com. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your church, a little bit more about your story, and if there's any way that we can help you with any of your staffing needs, I'd love to hear that as well. Podcast@chemistrystaffing.com. That's it for today. We will be right back here as we are every weekday Monday through Friday, I guess our weekdays, right? Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about church staff identity crisis. When your team doesn't know what they stand for. Still pulling out this theme this week about vision, mission, values in your church. So I hope you'll join me again tomorrow. It's going to be a good podcast. See you then.